Say hi.
Hi, sister.
Okay, I can see myself. You can see yourself, can't you? I think it's okay. Bring your head down a little. Let me see. So when you bring your head down like this,
you can see my eye.
yes, and we can't see the light reflection in your glasses. But when you raise your head a little, let me see. Then the light starts to reflect in your eyes. So go back every time. Let me see. No, come forward. Come. I'm coming.
Hi loves, welcome to my channel. I am Lerny Lomotey. We are here to feel the woman, the energy, the vibe, the sauce.
Yeah, okay. You Gucci?
Good afternoon. What made you laugh?
What is good afternoon?
Good afternoon. This is a beautiful day. We are excited to be alive to see today.
We are, and we are thankful. So thankful to God.
It's in the month of July.
Yeah.
The joy of the Lord was complete.
She's saying the joy of the Lord was complete because I was born in July, 8th of July. Some people miss my birthday. If you miss my birthday, I bombastic side eye. But anyway,
okay.
Today we are going to be having a conversation about how an African mother created a healthy mother-daughter relationship and environment. I mean, not everybody knows us, but for those who know us, you know we have a really good relationship, communication, how we relate with each other. Yeah, so I just want her to share with us because bless me if I'm half the mother she is to me, to my children. I will be so blessed. We'll also talk about if it's from how she was brought up, right? Because you know sometimes it's two things. You're either brought up that way and so you want to bring up your children that way as well, or you were not brought up that way, so you don't want to bring up your children how you were brought up, how you were not brought up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so I want us to have that conversation. Anyway, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Lerny and she is Christine Elise. You know, hopefully we are all, like you and I, are able to take a thing or two from this. Anyway, let me just start off by saying between my mom and I is 36 years. That's only to let you know that sometimes people think that when you have older parents, you're not able to talk to them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like when your parents are only younger or in your generation, that's when you're able to have a conversation with them. Guys, I'm missing out on something. Microphones. I'll be back. God, I forget.
So you start all over again?
No, continue. I always forget to use microphone. I don't know why and how. And the microphone is always in front of me. Always. So yes, let's get to the conversation. First, I'd like to understand the type of childhood you had with your mother. I saw a little bit of it. A little bit. I think I saw 12 years of it. I think, yeah. 11, 12 years of it. It was nice. It was beautiful. My grandma's relationship with my mother, right? They were almost like sisters. And what I saw, right? So yeah, take me a bit into your childhood, communication with your mom, relationship with your mom, how you guys formed that bond.
In all things with God, it is possible.
Yeah. Okay.
My mother gave birth to a first daughter who passed Yeah, Lerny was about 8 or so.
8 years. Really? Really? Oh, okay. I thought she was really young.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So after that, he had 3 boys.
Mhm.
It was itching to have a baby girl.
Girl.
It wasn't forthcoming. 3 strong boys after the first child passed on. And lo and behold, I was born.
The eye.
I was born. So the love she has for me was beyond something, because she was, eager to have a girl child. And to my surprise, there was no other name they gave me than Mama.
Yeah, see, everybody in my mom's family calls her Mama. I mean, her mother called her Mama. I think your dad also called you Mama. I never met my maternal grandmother, my maternal grandfather, but yeah, everybody calls her Mama, regardless of how old the person is.
And I also started growing, and I realized that this woman is a nice woman.
Who, your mother?
My mother.
Okay, I agree.
If things are difficult for her, you see her singing and crying and praying. So we were bonded by the love of God. To be frank, that was what brought me closer to her.
Okay.
Because I was also very good in singing. As small as I was, when she's singing, I will also be supporting her. And I may not say she relates to me as the first daughter. She relates to me as her own. My mother relates to me as her own. And when I started growing, I realized that there's nothing that I can hide from her. So most often, at dawn or before we even sleep, we'll be discussing things that people are doing against us, or people are complaining about us, and we pray.
People being that they lived in a very big compound. My granddad had a really big compound, and he had what, 3 wives? 2?
No, 2.
Two wives.
At that time, I met 2.
2 wives, and I don't know. I think back then, maybe she would have to explain.
The sisters were around. My father said that those are my aunties.
Okay.
And it looks as if they never liked my mother so much.
Okay. So if you say the people, so those are the people. Just for context sake, we're not going to get deep into that, but just for context sake, right? So her dad had a big compound where his sisters lived on, as well as his wives and children. I think in total, my granddad had 12 children. Okay, 12 children. So yeah, that's just for context sake, right? So you and your mom used to have conversations
after the day's end. So after we have discussed, so Dada, I always call her Dada.
Yeah, my grandma was called Dada.
It's over. The night is here. Why don't we pray and then sleep? God will take care. I said,
Okay, so let me translate that. That's in Ewe. So translating that means, if I hadn't given birth to you, I don't know who would console me, right? Okay.
So we'll pray little here, little there, and then we'll sleep.
Okay.
She's a type who wake up very early. We had no maid. Immediately she wakes up, I'm the number 1 maid.
Because she was the first girl. I mean, at that point, she was the first girl.
We'll start our daily activities as early as possible, because we had a lot to do before. If I will go to school with the boys, we will go. So I got used to waking up very early
with your mom.
With my mom.
So there was that bond that you guys formed. Aside a mother-daughter, you guys became friends as well, because she would tell you her problems and everything. But at which point did you also start telling her your problems, if you had any?
Oh, well, I may not say I have problems right from the word, because my father also loves me so much. And it's like, if all the siblings are in the house, me being the youngest one, I would be called. At that time, I would be called, go and do me this, do me that, do me that.
So my mom is the 11th, right? You're the 11th
yes,
out of
I'm
the
11th
12 children.
Yeah,
So yeah.
So that is how I also realized that despite the difficulties around the home, our daddy still loves us.
Exactly. But wait, hold on. So when you go to school and you have like problems or issues, did you used to come and tell Dada about it?
Yes, it's only Dada that I tell, and if Dada think is beyond her,
then she go and tell your dad.
My daddy.
Okay, so that's the problems I was referring to. Like, so you guys started having that communication, conversation, mother-daughter relationship, which became a friendship. Which became a friendship, right? At which point did you start getting really comfortable to tell her anything and everything?
I think when I left for secondary school, I went to secondary school very early. And my father is a type, he's so jealous of us that he doesn't even want us to go to our uncles in Togo.
Okay.
So we were always home. When I left my parents for secondary school for the first year, it was tears.
Who was crying? You?
Me.
Or your mother?
I was crying.
Okay, you, okay.
Because I've missed home so much, and I realized that there's nobody who talked to me about what I'm going through. Like, it was a training college that we went in for the first year, and the last group was there.
So there were older people?
Older people.
Okay.
Me, I wasn't that talkative type, and I wasn't that open type too, because I was warned that I shouldn't go to school and come home with any challenge or problem. So when you even approach me and ask of my name, before I open my mouth, tears rolling down, because I always remember home that nobody calls you and just puts straight questions to you, because there's nothing that I would do wrong that you just attack me like that.
At home.
Yeah. So gradually, the first term, that's 3 months passed. And when I went, it was marathon topic. Hey, the people were wicked. The people were that.
So you told her everything that happened, okay?
So you don't know. Secondary school is like that. If you like, go and ask Benis. That's
your
my
older
senior
sister.
So next half sister. Next time when you go, be strong and know that you have to go through this for 5 years. We went to secondary school for 5 years. And that's sometimes they meet you and they just throw questions at you. And before I realized, my mind is far away in the house. In the house, nobody treats me like this. Why are they treating me this way? And after the second term passed, I was champion.
Hey.
When they talk, I'll talk.
But then that also led you to getting closer to your mom, because then you would tell her everything.
All the things that happened in school.
Okay, so then I mentioned that I saw like a very good relationship with you and your mom. Like, it was great. It was great. My grandmother lived with us for like a really, really long time. At a point, she left Togo, she came to us. They would chat, they would have conversations. I never saw them fight. You get what I mean? Like, even with me and my mom, we don't fight. Like, if there's anything that you don't like, that I do that she doesn't like, she'll say to me that, oh, nah, you said this and I didn't like it, or you did this and I didn't like it, then I'll apologize. If she does something to me as well, I'll tell her, ma, I don't like these things, or don't do this again, or don't say that to me again, right? And this is growing up, and it's easy for my mom to say sorry. Like, it's not even now. When I was really, really young, she does things and then she will apologize to me. I don't see that happen a lot when it comes to some older people and their children. Like, adults don't say sorry. Like, there's this joke on social media where we say that when your mother offends you, she'd rather bring you food as like the apology, right? She'll ask you, have you eaten? That's a way of apologizing. But I didn't see that with you. So at which point did you realize, or did you come to be that way, to want to apologize maybe to your child or to a younger person when you wronged them? Was that how that was to you?
No, my mother wasn't like that because I wasn't the only child.
Okay.
We had other children and were all together under that umbrella. But to God be the glory, I realized that in my journey of bringing forth, it wasn't very easy for me. So why should I not groom this girl right from the scratch to know me?
Okay.
There was a time he told me, Mommy, when I had a maid, you always want to compare me to the house help. I don't like it. I don't like it because different hair and different me.
I was really young then.
Yes,
I remember. I think I was in primary school or something.
Primary school.
Yeah.
If she does anything and she does it more than me, she has to do it more than me because she's a half help.
Obviously, and she was older. Like, I don't understand. Why are you comparing me? If the house is going to wake up at 5 a.m., you want me to wake up at 5 a.m.? Like,
and I said, no, I want you to be groomed alongside her because she will not be with us forever and ever. You said no. So from that time, you said I shouldn't compare you, your behavior or doing things with her. If we think she cannot wake up along our line, we should finish whatever we are doing and leave your portion for you. So that when you wake up,
me, and this my mouth.
When you wake
I've had it.
You do it. I sighed and I said no. The Bible tells me I should train up a child the way he should grow. You are just trying to be childish. I tried several times calling you. Sometimes you get up complaining, I'm not well, I'm this, I'm that. And I have to pray for you that be strong, you can do it. Then we were on. My mother will come. When she sees that this is the way things are going, she will call her and said, your mother is a soldier woman.
She called me. Okay.
Well, your mother is a soldier woman. Whatever he says, just do it. When you do it,
my mother is so stringent with some things, like with her time.
Free.
Wait, hold on. When my mommy gives you time, 1 a.m. 1 a.m. is her 1 a.m. Like, see, if she says we are leaving home at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. you have to be like, you are out of the house. It's not like you're not coming to get
ready
going, or you are out of the house. Even by 10:50 you are on your way. Like, and I think that you've imbibed that in me to an extent, and that's why her mother used to call her soldier woman. She's very like listen. Yeah, okay.
So when my mother came and started talking, I said, well, though you are my daughter, you are coming from a different background. I may be a soldier woman, but you are now learning. So why don't I have patience? My mommy always said, have patience with her. She's the only one. She will pick up. If she's growing and she's having godly wisdom, she will definitely do the things I like. So the way you said I shouldn't compare you to people, I should just take it from there. So with my mother little, advice, I decided that, well, everybody and the way she wants to do his or her things. So I rather have patience for her. That is how we all, got peace.
Talking about getting peace, like, you see, I also said that I just want us to touch on that bit where you apologize to a younger person, because honestly it's rare, right? It's rare to see a mother literally say, okay, I've wronged you and I'm sorry.
You know what, realizing that you are my only child, if the more I stand on my ground that this is the way I want it, this is how we are going to do it, I realize that you are also different, and the way you relate with whatever happens, I'm always thinking I didn't say it well.
Yeah, because with me, like, if you shout, I don't hear. Don't shout. Do you understand? Like, if you shout at me, I'm not hearing. I can't hear what you're saying. Like, take your time and speak to me. And I think it's been like that, like, growing up. If you raise your voice, I cannot hear you.
So most often, if she does anything wrong, I'll call you, you sit down, and I say, so what is this attitude? What is the meaning of it? You don't do that to an elderly person. So learn how to say sorry if you do things and I'm correcting you. Sorry does not take anything from you. Probably you may pretend that you are saying sorry, but I make sure that what you are saying the sorry to, you don't repeat it again.
Right.
That is the little training that we have together. So me in general, if I realize that I've offended you, I'm at the wrong side, I quickly come out and say, please forgive me.
All the time.
I didn't do it
all
well.
the time.
Let's move on from there. So we kept on learning our lessons gradually. But as at now, today that we are talking, I realize that this girl has copied a whole lot of things from me so much that sometimes I don't even say it. Say it like what? I don't even say it. I just look at it and say, well, a tree added anoma.
Cotton one means a crab doesn't give birth to a bird.
In the nutshell, I alone raised this girl up by hook or crook, whatever it is. I always tell her that it's not going to be like that forever. So I kept on encouraging her, more especially when she was in secondary school.
Yeah, I'm going to come to that. But before that, with communication, because I feel like we've had really good communication over time, because this is me at 14 or maybe 15 telling my mom I want to get married at 19 because Omotola, the Nigerian actress, got married at 19. Like we had these conversations, right? Even from my first menstruation. Do you remember my first menstruation? It was a Saturday morning, and then I was just in bed, like she was cleaning, I was lying down. Then she looked at me, she said, "Now what is that?" Do you remember? So then I went to shower and everything, and then she now came to sit me down. You know, they have there's this whole long talk they have. You sleep with a man, you're gonna get pregnant, all of that. And then something also really terrible happened with me when I was a little girl. Like after junior high school, I was able to tell her. I think that a lot also changed after that. Like after that conversation, I feel like I was able to open up more, because that day I poured out my heart, like, and it was something she was suspecting like a long time ago. Maybe sometime in the future we can, talk about it. And to me, I feel like that's the point where, even though we had good communication before that, at that point everything changed, and I felt like there's nothing I can hide from my mother. But you were talking about secondary school.
Oh, I said until you left for secondary school, the bond was still there, because I realized that your father was not really paying attention to your education.
Really paying or not paying attention? Yeah. We move.
I took it upon myself that once a month, by hook or crook, I will visit you.
Yeah, my mommy never missed. Missed visiting. And best believe that all of those visiting times as well, I will say whatever I have to say, tell her whatever everything that I have to tell her, like let off my heart, I'll tell her, right? And it also led to at what age did you start telling your mom about men and guys in your life and all of that?
Oh, my father was that street type. You dare not even bring your schoolmates
to the house,
being boys to the house. So my mother is also a trader in the Kita market. We close from school, we go to her, we help her pack the necessary things. Then she will load us with goods that we will send home. We take the lead. And then one of the days, my father asked us to buy abolo when we are returning home. And lo and behold, when I got to the abolo's place, they had just started, preparing it. It wasn't cooked. While I was waiting, two classmates of my young boys came. They stayed with me. I bought the abolo. It was getting late. Not that my mother has already passed over to the house. And when he got there, I wasn't there. Hey, wahala for me. They sent my other senior brother to look for me, and God so good. When they left the house, not when my father also left with a cane behind.
Come to meet you.
A cane behind. With my sister, my junior sister, walking with him. But me, I was in the company of the boy because it was a bit late. Not even late so much. I was even afraid where I was going to pass before I get home. So they said they will see me off to a point. And we were conversing. Nothing at all, but naive about my father coming to meet us on the way. I didn't know what happened. All of a sudden, I heard, Papa Yema! Hey,
Papa Yema means dad or daddy. That's her.
That's her. Before they have bypassed us, we have also bypassed them. So it was in the night.
Yeah.
Before Kurelas came behind me, the things that I was carrying poured out. These boys my father came to town on me. I should collect it. She collected it in that mode.
And everything.
Everything. And the boys were helping me. Say,
whose children are you? Is late and you are following my daughter.
Then one of the boys said, Papa, she was coming to buy abolo. The abolo wasn't cooked, ready. So we waited to help her so that she can come home safely. Oh, before the boy could say all these things, there was kid behind the boy.
The boy.
So they left me and my junior sister holding torchlight. So we collected all the things from the floor and we came home. That day, wahala for my skin.
Oh.
I should report to him with the abolo and tell him where I went before the boys met me and was bringing me home. So I went to hide in my mother's room. I said I won't come out. I said I should open the door. I said I will open the door. Dada,
I've not done anything. Like, Mommy, I haven't done anything. Mommy, I didn't go anywhere.
I haven't done anything. The boys' brother were helping me come home safely. So if Papa wants to beat one, me too. I won't allow him to beat me today because I haven't done anything wrong. Then Dada went and said, "Your food is Papa's food is ready." It's me who said that. I said, I won't go and say that because I know definitely
they'll beat
you. Beat me. So I was crying and I fell asleep. When my mother finished everything and came, he called me that early tomorrow morning I should go and apologize. All that I have said is true. He will not doubt me. I should go and apologize. So early in the morning, I woke up very early morning. My mother went and informed my daddy that I said I'm coming to apologize. I said, if I've done anything wrong, I shouldn't come. If I haven't done anything wrong, I should come. So my mother led me and we went into the sitting room. So I said, Papa, this and that happened. That is what the schoolmates were bringing. The schoolmates, this is this man's son, and that is that man's son. They were all living around that area. That's why I came to say, this is your first and first and last. I don't want you to see you walking with any small boy in the night. And I'm so... Papa, you have put fear in us that we shouldn't go out in the night. So it's not that I meant to be in the night. It's just because of your abolo. So since then, when I go to school, anything happens, Dada will ask, what are the boys saying? I'm so, we are all mates. We are all in the same class. So there was nothing on that.
And
so,
then you guys grew up.
As for elementary school day, I would say I was, naive about anything.
So it was secondary school.
Secondary school, it wasn't that I entered and I started because the elderly people in the class were coaching some of the girls because some of us were very young. We're very young.
But you were still telling Dada everything.
All that happened when we go to secondary school and the rest. Instead, I shouldn't follow their footsteps. They are grown-ups. They have done worse things before coming to the school. So if anybody should deceive me into any attitude, I should tell her.
Okay.
So that was how we got.
Now I understand where that's coming from because that's like the relationship you had with Dada is mirroring the relationship that I have with you or that you have with me. I think that I can tell my mommy about anything and everything, right? I mean, unless I don't want to say it. I understand that now. And then my mommy also started this thing where we talk every day. every single day on phone. I
morning.
think that started when I finished secondary school, right? Because in secondary school, she'll call me maybe every other day. She'll call
the
my
mistress.
she'll call my caretaker, who was a sister in the school. So like every other day, right? And then we started using the phone booth thing, so I could also call you like whenever I wanted to. But I think it also started when I came back home from secondary school, when I finished secondary school, because at that point she was leaving Accra. Remember, when I came back, you were leaving Accra. So every single day, without fail, right? It was funny because initially mommy used to call me like over 10 times. When I went to uni, a friend of mine will say, okay, mommy will call me at 8 o'clock. That's the last time she'll call me. Then she'll ask, are you okay? Have you eaten that? Yes. Then you say, okay, good night. In the next 30 minutes, she's calling you back until it's like 9 or 9:30. But every morning at 8 o'clock, first call comes through. 8 o'clock, first call comes through. Now, between that 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. or 8 p.m. in the night is over 10 calls. Why was that?
I realize that you are alone over there. And me too, I have left Accra. And there's nobody who really I would trust that, at this hour, go and visit this girl for me. And if you have a phone and you tell me the period that you are free, the period that you are not busy, why don't I call? I'm also in the office. Probably I'm also free. And I just don't want to sit down for somebody to call me that this is what is happening. So I always want to find out if you are okay, you are fine, if everything is fine with you. That's why I kept on calling.
Yeah, and it has stayed. Like, even at this my big age, a day doesn't go by without my mommy calling. Now, my mornings start earlier. So by 6, we are talking. If sometimes I get too overwhelmed in 6:15, 6:30, 6:45-ish, this woman is calling me. You're like, you've not called me this morning. Are you at work? Are you on your way? Like, every morning without fail, which I'm really grateful for, because I know that not everybody has that. So what would you say then? I mean, I want us to round up the video. We've done about 42 minutes at this point. I'll edit it to a shorter length, but I want you to tell mothers, probably mothers who are still trying to figure out their way around their children, how to relate with their children, communicate with their children, have that good healthy communication relationship with their children. What would you say to them?
To be frank, I always say that if it's not God, me, who am I to even bring up a young woman to this level? I have that fear of God in me because along the line, I gave my life all out to Christ.
How about those who don't have the fear of God? Let's just say they are mothers, because it's not every mother. Let's be honest.
Actually, have gone through the way God bless you with me. You will realize that there's no other way to take this girl as all and all.
I understand you. So for you, it stems from the fact that giving birth was difficult for you. It took a long time for you to have me. We have a video on that on the channel, so you should find it somewhere on the channel. Okay, I get that. So for you, that's where it stemmed from. Like, you have no other child outside,
and I don't want to make any silly mistake for you to copy, and in the future you'll be blaming me that mommy was this, mommy was that, because it's not easy raising you up alone. But I make sure that the strength in me protected you for you to be strong.
But I think you did a good job. I think you did a good job.
Because if you are not strong and I am not strong either, we will all fall.
Yeah.
So
I think you did a good job.
Most often, when problems or issues come, I always want to tell you the truth that it can happen.
Yeah.
So
like, be very open with your children.
Yours is to be strong. And as you are strong, you can draw from whatever has happened to you as a lesson. Or you can stand on that and then move forward.
Right. Yeah. And then also, I think that a few of like some older people in my life. So if you are close to me to an extent, my mom probably knows you or knows your name or has spoken to you before, right? And I think a few older people who are my friends or mentors or something that you've spoken to have always said to you that you've done
Well,
doing what? I don't want to say
keeping you up or training you to become what you are.
Yeah, she gets that all the time. She gets that all the time. That's why in the beginning I said, if I am half the mother she is to me, to my children, I will be so blessed. And so yeah, thank you. God bless you.
Let me chip this one into. There was a friend of mine outside the country one time came and visited us at home. And saw the way we were relating. She, as at that time, said they had a grandchild, and they left the grandchild with the grandnanny. He had a grandchild, but he was left with the grandmother.
Grandmother, okay. I was wondering, grandnanny.
The grandmother. So when the man came and saw the way we were relating, so wow. We said, how did you bring up this girl so tender and so neat and so fluent, and the teeth in her mouth is so unique? How many times do you brush her teeth in a day? And I say brushing teeth, we fight over it because she will swallow all the toothpaste. But I'll take my time, teach her that if you do it this way, this is what happened. Because I was in charge of welfare to that hospital because we've been going to the dental clinic, and the lady taught me how to brush teeth and the rest, and that has brought her up. When she smiles, you see all her teeth so white.
I brushed my teeth twice, by the way, in case you're wondering.
So whatever you train up a child to be, if the child have godly wisdom and she has the fear of God, she will definitely remember the steps in which she's stepping. To be lifted up to the glory of God.
I get you on that.
So in all things, you have passed through, but through it all, you have learned to trust
in Jesus.
In Jesus,
definitely. And this is just to also say that thank you. I think you've done a really great job raising a woman like me, who is really, level-headed, open-minded, accommodating, malleable, strong, determined, confident, knowing who she is, and walking in her purpose, knowing her God, spiritual, not religious, but spiritual. So that'll be it. You have to come back and look at them. That'll be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two from the story that she has shared and all of that. So yeah, bye. Say bye. Bye. They can't see your hand. Wait, bye. Bye guys. I'll see you in my next one. Kindly remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, thanks for watching. Peace out. Say peace out. Peace out.
I'm giving you an assignment to go look for me on social media. I'll see you in my next video, loves. Bye.